Tuesday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful delivered the perfect cocktail of passion, heartbreak, and nail-biting suspense. The Forrester mansion and the cliffside beach house became the battlegrounds where love triangles, family loyalties, and hidden secrets collided. By the end of the day, one kiss had the potential to blow up a family dynasty, while a single line on a pregnancy test threatened to change a young woman's life forever. Ridge and Brooke's familiar dance. The morning began with Ridge pacing his office at Forrester Creations, distracted by more than fabric swatches. Brooke entered with her signature blend of confidence and warmth, instantly softening his mood. Their conversation was meant to be about the upcoming couture line, but the undertones were undeniably personal. Ridge admitted he felt torn between loyalty to Taylor and the magnetic pull he could never seem to resist with Brooke. Brooke, for her part, leaned into the vulnerability of the moment, telling Ridge that no matter how many times they drifted apart, their hearts always found their way back. One thing led to another, and in a moment charged with history and temptation, Ridge pulled her into his arms. The kiss wasn't reckless. It was familiar, almost inevitable. It was the kind of embrace that carried decades of passion and heartbreak. But what neither of them realized was that eyes were watching. Thomas walks in. Thomas arrived at the office hoping to discuss his latest design ideas and his cautious optimism about his future with Hope. Instead, he froze at the doorway, stunned by the sight of his father holding Brooke so intimately. The betrayal cut deep. Thomas had fought so hard to rebuild his reputation and to prove that his love for Hope was steady and genuine. Seeing Ridge once again entangled with Brooke triggered every old wound. His jaw clenched, and the fire in his eyes revealed he wasn't just disappointed, he was furious. Thomas quietly backed out of the room before either Ridge or Brooke noticed, his mind racing. Would he confront them? Would he tell Taylor? Or worse, would he use this betrayal as leverage in his quest for Hope? Hope's turmoil. Meanwhile, at the cabin, Hope was lost in thought, scrolling through photos of Douglas. She couldn't ignore the emptiness she felt since separating from Thomas. Liam had come by earlier, reminding her of their complicated bond, but his hovering only added to her confusion. Hope wanted stability, but her heart remained tangled between two men, Liam's safe familiarity and Thomas's intense passion. Little did she know, the drama unfolding at Forrester Creations might soon destroy whatever fragile trust remained between her and Thomas. Luna's secret struggle. Across town, Luna sat at the beach house with RJ. She'd been avoiding him all morning, her nerves unraveling with every tick of the clock. Her hand brushed against a small pharmacy bag tucked deep in her purse, a pregnancy test that could alter her entire future. Flashbacks plagued her. The night of confusion after Poppy's special mints, the uncertainty of who the father could be, and the shame she carried from a mistake that wasn't fully her fault. RJ noticed her distance and tried to reassure her, telling her that no matter what, he was committed to their love. But Luna couldn't shake the fear that her secret would shatter everything between them. Finally, unable to bear the weight any longer, Luna slipped into the bathroom and closed the door. The camera lingered on her trembling hands as she opened the box, unwrapped the test, and waited for the longest 3 minutes of her life. Poppy and Bill's interruption. Downstairs, Poppy arrived unexpectedly to check on Luna. She and RJ exchanged polite but tense words, with Poppy making it clear she was worried about her daughter's stress levels. Bill Spencer showed up not long after, draping his trademark charisma across the room. He insisted on taking Poppy out to lunch, leaving RJ slightly annoyed by his intrusion. The subtle power dynamics were hard to miss. RJ's protective stance toward Luna, Poppy's attempts to downplay her daughter's issues, and Bill's effortless way of making every room revolve around him. None of them knew the storm brewing behind the closed bathroom door upstairs. The test result. Luna sat on the bathroom floor, the pregnancy test clutched in her hand. Her breath caught as she read the result. Tears welled in her eyes, not entirely from sadness, but from the overwhelming flood of emotions that came with a tiny digital word flashing before her. Positive. The screen confirmed what she had feared. Luna was pregnant. Her heart raced as she pictured RJ's reaction, her mother's judgment, and the possibility that the father wasn't even the man she loved. She pressed the test to her chest, whispering, "What am I going to do?" Thomas's brewing rage. Back at Forrester, Thomas stormed into the design studio, throwing sketches onto the table. He replayed the image of Ridge and Brooke over and over in his mind. His father had promised stability, had claimed he wanted to do right by Taylor, and now this. Paris happened to pass by and noticed his agitation. When she asked what was wrong, Thomas dismissed her with clipped words, but his eyes betrayed his inner turmoil. He vowed silently that if his father couldn't respect Taylor, then he would make sure Brooke paid the price. The thought of revealing Ridge and Brooke's moment to Taylor lingered like a tempting weapon. But would Thomas use it? Or would his anger drive him toward darker schemes? The looming explosion. By the episode's end, the stage was set for chaos. Ridge and Brooke basked in their rekindled spark, blissfully unaware of Thomas's watchful eyes. Hope, still torn between two loves, remained in the dark about the storm her choices had created. And Luna sat frozen in the bathroom, clutching her pregnancy test, her entire life about to shift in ways she never expected. The final shot of the episode lingered on Luna's tear-streaked face, a haunting image that left viewers gasping. Would she tell RJ the truth? Would Thomas weaponize what he saw? And when the walls came crashing down, who would be left standing? Final thoughts. Tuesday's episode reminded fans why the bold and the beautiful thrives after decades on air. It's not just about glamour and couture gowns, it's about the flawed humanity underneath. Ridge and Brooke's kiss reignited a love story that refuses to die, but Thomas's fury promises fallout that could fracture the Forrester family once again. Meanwhile, Luna's pregnancy storyline adds a raw, emotional layer to the drama, one that resonates with viewers who know that sometimes life's biggest twists come from the smallest test. The cliffhanger ensures that tomorrow's episode will be must-see television. One secret in Ridge's office, one secret in Luna's bathroom, both capable of blowing up entire families. And in true bold and the beautiful fashion, love, betrayal, and destiny are about to collide in ways no one saw coming.